Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to another round of street vlogging, where we discuss issues that pertain the homeland and how we can resolve the issue. And here we iron out things pertaining to us and in our journey to make our homeland the best and to bring good governance to bear in the affairs of the society. And today, what are we discussing about is about the issue that is now coming up about the raw material and many of the missed opportunities to establish viable industries in Anambra State and Igbo, especially when we talk about ceramic tiles or floor tiles, which people have been discussing. That why is it that the government of the state and other individuals has not invested in this mega billion industry, whereas other states are coming to Anambra State and Igbo to take the vital raw materials. But we have not done that, and they are critical of the state government because in many of the projects ongoing in the state, the government is committing millions or even billions in buying floor tiles and other ceramic materials, which they said that the government, if we really care about industrialization, would have invited those companies in partnership and to build this mega company which will alleviate the suffering of the people. But before we continue this, remember that you need to like this, you need to share, and need to subscribe. And as you do, you are helping us to improve things and also to reach a wider audience. So, what are we talking about? Many people might not be aware of this, that Anambra State has been supplying the raw material for floor tiles, china plates, and other ceramic materials to many companies, including the companies in Kogi State, Edo State, even company that recently established floor tile company in Enugu State. And many of these companies has to source their raw material from Anambra State. And the question now is, why is it Anambra State government under the Professor Charles Gov.Soludo that talk so much on industrialization has not taken that opportunity to even invite something like 2-3 companies to establish floor tiles company in Anambra State in order to increase the internally generated revenue? So is it that the advisors has not actually come up with the idea that the government need to do this in order to increase the productive or industrial production level in the state? Or are they just waiting until somebody come up? Whereas they tend to order a lot of floor tiles from all these companies and even imported ones. So what is stopping them from rising to this occasion? Because you cannot be talking about industrialization without the government itself intervening in the areas they have control over. And when I talk about having control over, is floor tiles industry, because they are a major uptaker for these floor tiles. And Anambra State, one of the states in Nigeria that is booming in terms of construction, so should be having these building industries, have established in the state. Because without that, what happens is that we don't have comparative advantage anymore. Because if you have the raw materials, it means that a lot of factories has to be established in the state for floor tiles or ceramic industries. So very, very important. You know, the government has to put on its thinking cap in order to solve this problem, because it's quite shameful for us not to have invited investors on these well-known facts. Although some people will be scratching their head and said, "Oh, I wasn't aware of this," that you had it here from this channel, and we're here to educate, entertain, and also to bring innovative wave to solve problems, especially in our homeland. Because that's why we say that charity begins at home. And we say that charity begins not in the west, not in the north, not in the south, but in our homeland, which is Anambra State and Igbo and Nigeria. Very, very important. If you join us in this crusade, it will basically help us to wake up the sleeping politicians and administrators and governors, especially in Anambra State, on the area of industrialization. Think about that. If Gov.Soludo would have had this message a long time ago, by now you would have seen floor tiles industries in Onitsha, you would have seen many in Oka, you would have seen many in Nnewi. You know, most of this project government is doing in the states, they've been buying tiles. Why not establish tiles industry, even if it's for the local consumption, and you can also export them, because it's quite cheaper to produce tiles in Anambra State than even those imported ones. So because the raw material is already there, you don't need to waste money to buy the raw materials. You don't need to look for the raw materials, because the raw material is divinely given to us, and we must make use of it. We must take advantage of this, not later but now, in order to increase the productive sector of the economy of the state. So that's why we are here crying like and shouting like a voice in the wilderness of saying the government to do something now, not later, because this will help us so much. It will help us to increase the industrial base of the state and make the state number one in the area of production of floor tiles. Think about the recently established floor tile industry in Enugu State has actually quadrupled their production level, and they cannot even meet the demand in supplying tiles to Anambra State and other states as well. But Anambra State has been a massive demand of these tiles. Think about the companies in Kogi State. They've been taking the raw materials from Onitsha port and at the same time bringing loads of tiles, billions worth of tiles to Onitsha market and Anambra State in order to sell them. But what is happening to the state? Why can't we have proper industrial revolution in the state? Is that the advisors are not up to the task? We have to look at the suddenly we don't hear about the Commissioner of Industry, Christian Udechukwu, a man that I mostly love because of his ideas. But since it gone so quiet that people are saying that Soludo has not been able to create much industries in the state. That since he come in, there's not much industry that has come up in the state. That's what the people have been saying, that he is one of his weak points. But it's good that people are seeing that. But we are advising him to make hay while the sun shines. So thank you very much for joining us. I don't know what's your own opinion to this, but you need to share this. You need to like what we are doing so that we can easily help ourselves in this. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Have a wonderful time. I'm still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. See you, bye.